Hello friends, it's Holly. Today we are going to be doing my March month in review. I did a lot this month. It was Mini DP Madness, which I loved. It was the first event that I participated in. So that was really fun. So I have a lot of minis to show you. We're going to be talking about my finishes, my whips, and also some cross-stitch conversions. I kind of don't know where to put them. I feel like they're kind of their own separate category. I don't count them as part of my finishes, but let me know if you think that I should. But yeah, let's just go ahead and jump right into it. First, I want to show you how I track all my diamond paintings. So I have this Excel sheet, and the way that I do it is I have like a status bar, and I have ones that are completed, ones that are in progress, ones that are in my stash, and then I also have the ones that I bought that haven't gotten to me yet. Those are in transit. And then I have one that's red that's paused, but we can talk about that at another time. But I just wanted to kind of show this. So I mark when I start and when I finish my paintings. So there were 6 that I finished in March, and that was from 5 different companies, which is kind of crazy. And I love that for me. I have been really trying to branch out to get from a bunch of different diamond painting companies to try out a bunch. I want to say I have at least 15 or 16 companies that I've gotten from. Is that right? I don't know. But anyways, so yeah, we're going to go through these 6 finishes, and then I'm going to show you what I'm working on and some cross-stitch conversions. I have really been liking cross-stitch conversions. I don't do really big ones, like I've seen people do. I like to have smaller projects so that I don't go crazy. Let's just go ahead and get into it. So I'm not going to go in like chronological order because of the way my camera is going to be set up. I think we're going to talk about the big finishes first, and then I'm going to change the camera setup and we'll do the smaller ones just because it's easier. So the first finish of March was this beautiful kit. I have a post review on this one that I will link down below, where I give you, I'm not going to give all of the details in this video because especially if I have a post review of this so you can get all of the information in that video. But I will give you the size. It is 19.7 by 19.7. This one is from Diamonds Delights, and it was a round. I started it on February 26th and finished it on March 5th. So it only took me a week, which was wild because this is a fairly decent sized kit for me. And the fact that I finished it in a week, I just had such a blast on this. This is probably my most favorite diamond painting that I've ever done so far. And I haven't done that many, but I am obsessed with this artwork. The artwork is by Poppy She Art. I just love their art style. I love how graphic it is. I like the outlines. I'm obsessed with whales, especially flying whales. This hit all the boxes for me. Love blue. Blue is my favorite color. The palette was so dreamy, so amazing. Just all of the things. I just absolutely love it. I'm currently trying to frame it, but it's like slightly smaller than 20 inches by like 0.3 inches. So I'm having to like find a mat that's like a quarter of an inch, which is kind of crazy. Anyways, side tangent. I don't know, maybe I should dry mount it. I don't know. I love it so much. Had a blast. Again, I did a full review on this one and I will put it down below in the description. This was my 9th finish of all time. And this was the kit that made me fall in love with rounds, really. I bought a bunch of round kits after this because I thought I only really liked square, but lo and behold, I really, really love rounds. So that was the first one. Okay, so we're going out of order here. So Dancing Whales was the 9th finish. This was my 13th finish. This is Carousel Horse by Feel Look Art. It is 28.6 by 18.5. It is a round, and I started it on March 8th and finished on March 22nd. So this one took me 2 weeks. I have a post review of this one, which I will also link down below. Obsessed with this one. Loved it so much. I love pink and I love carousel horses. So this one was gorge. Love these special drills. There are these big round gold pearls that just really make the kit. I feel like they go so well on the carousel, so well charted. I just loved this kit. There were like a little bit too many browns for me. I don't think I could ever do a fully brown kit. I've seen a lot of those on Diamond Art Club. I want to say like Autumn Elf from Mrs. Butter D, like way too much brown. I think I would die. And this didn't even have that much brown, but I just got really tired of the browns. Loved the pinks though, especially in the saddle. There's a lot of specials. But yeah, I just absolutely loved this one. I talk about it at length in my post review, but I just really, really loved this one. And this was my first kit from Feel Look Art, and I would definitely buy from them again because I really enjoyed it. The only issue I had was that they didn't give a sticker sheet with a symbol, but I've heard that they are possibly going to be doing that in the future, so that would be great because we love a sticker with a symbol on it. Okay, let's get into the minis for Mini Madness. So like I said, this was my first event, and it was very exciting. It kind of gave me a purpose of what to diamond paint for the month, and I thought it was really, really fun. I finished 4 mini sets. So the first one is this Galaxy Treats set. This one is from Pretty Little Gem. It is 4x6. I got it in December of 2025. December 15th, it was when I started it. And then I finished it on March 12th. So that was 87 days it took me to finish this. So I don't remember how many I had started before March. I think I had done like 2 or 3, I want to say. I don't remember, but we're just going to go through them. I will say that my one teeny tiny little disappointment with this set was that based off of the art on their website, the colors looked really pastel, and I was really expecting it to be pastel. And then when I got it, the colors were really dark, and I still really like it. Like Galaxy colors are generally pretty vivid and bright, so I'm not mad at it, but I was expecting pastel. And honestly, some of the colors in this, I just wish were a little bit lighter, and I'll show you what I mean. But this is still really cute. This is the popsicle one. These don't have names, I don't think. But this is the popsicle one. Very cute. Love the planet on here. The little drippies. Very, very cute. We have this one, which is macaron with, I'm guessing these are like kind of planet vibes. Super, super cool. I always love when they do the detail of the cream like this. Very, very cute. I love that one. Cupcake, adorable. Again, the planet. I just really, really liked these a lot. I'm obsessed with food and like sweets. And I also really like Galaxy stuff. So when I saw this, I literally freaked out and was like, I have to have that right now. So I really like this set a lot, and I like how they rendered it. So this is adorable. This one I remember having issue with, but now I kind of don't remember why. I want to say that I'm not a huge fan of this like burnt red color, because if this is supposed to be a brownie, I'd rather it just be brown. But I just remember thinking that this like burnt red color was just not my favorite, but this is very cute. Oh my God, I love this one. It's like a boba. I just really, really love all of these. I just wish the colors were just like a touch lighter. That's my only thing, but maybe I'm just being picky. Obsessed with this one. It's like a parfait. I just really like the idea of these. Like, what a great idea. The planets all up here. So cute. Love this one. We love a cake. The drippies. So cool. I just love it. This one also, looking at these again, I'm just like, this was such a great set. They look really great on camera. I just really like it. Maybe I do like the deeper colors. I don't know. I just was excited when I saw that they were pastel, and I was expecting something else. I think that was it, is that I was expecting pastel and they weren't. If they had showed up on their website and the rendering looked more like this, then I still probably would have been really happy. It was just the expectations weren't met. You know what I mean? Super cute little candy with like a cloud wispy behind it. Cute little wand with a bow. Just so cute. So whimsical. This one isn't really a dessert though. Is this supposed to be like a lollipop maybe? I just realized that this one doesn't really have like a dessert theme. We'll just say it's a lollipop, I guess. Super cute. Another little drink with a straw. I love it. And then finally the chocolate bar. Look how cute. So overall, obsessed with this set. I thought it was really good. Only little minor, tiny little complaint about the colors. But honestly, looking at them again, like the colors are really beautiful and bright. But I mean, pastel is always really cute though. But anyways, I really love this set. That was my 10th finish. Okay, the next mini set that I finished was the Mini Dazzles by Diamond Art Club 80s set. This was my 11th finish. This was the first Mini Dazzle that I had done from Diamond Art Club. So I don't know what happened with this kit. Something really weird happened, I think, when I was kitting. So there were 2 colors, one for 4 and one for 5. And one was a darker gray and one was a lighter gray. And I think when I was kitting them, I think I got them mixed up. But then I separated them because one was clearly a darker gray than the other. So I separated them based off of the top of the drill, as one does. But then when I looked at the number 4 color, the bottoms didn't match. Like some of the bottoms were darker than the others, but the tops were all the same color. So I was like so confused by that. And basically what happened is I ran out of one of the colors and had to use the other color. So maybe it was my fault, but I also just felt like they don't give you enough drills for these mini kits in general with Diamond Art Club because I thought I was going to run out of a bunch of colors. So I don't know what it is at Diamond Art Club. Like, these are so tiny of a kit. There's, like, no excuse to not give you enough drills. Like, it's not like you needed, like, 5 bags of one color. So, anyway, that was, like, my own little, like, critique of this. I actually gave it a rating in my journal of 5 out of 10 because I was so irritated about the colors. And also, I think I just, for some reason, didn't have a good time doing this one. I wrote in my journal that I loved the fairy dust, but it was kind of like a tight drill field. And yeah, I think I had issues with popping on this one, which was weird to me. So anyways, I didn't really have a super fun time on this one. I started it on January 29th, 2026, and I finished it on March 14th, 2026. Okay, so we have the boombox. We have the cassette tape. Very cute. We have this VHS tape. I mean, yes, VHS tapes were important in the 80s. But this one was just kind of boring. It was just a lot of black. And yeah, it's kind of whatever. Rubik's Cube, very cute. I will say that the colors don't really match a Rubik's Cube. So, yeah, maybe I'm just being too picky. Also, I feel like a Rubik's Cube needs to have a black outline. I'm being really, really picky, but just to say that a Rubik's Cube is black with color stickers on it. So is this my favorite rendering of a Rubik's Cube? Not really. The TV is cute. I like the TV. I like the color bands on here. And then we have the camera. The camera is actually probably one of my favorite ones. I ran out of the drill it was supposed to have, so I used a different color on this one, I believe. So yeah, I mean, it just wasn't my favorite. It's cute, but it was not my favorite mini dazzle that I've ever done. This is the favorite mini dazzle that I've ever done, even though I've only done 2 from Diamond Art Club. So this mini dazzle, I had a much, much better experience with. This one was my 12th finish. I started this one on March 18th and finished it 2 days later on the 20th. I gave it a rating of 8 out of 10. I loved the color palette and renderings was my note. Again, the drill field was tight and some of them popped. I don't really know why mini dazzles have such a tight drill field. I didn't have a super good time with that. I mean, overall, I had a good time, but it was just kind of annoying that some drills were popping. I wrote in my notebook, why do mini dazzles skimp on drills? Thought I was going to run out, but didn't. Again, I just don't know why they don't give you a little bit extra. Like, literally, some of these don't have that many drills. So just give, I don't know, an extra however many percent of the drills. I don't know. It was just weird that on both mini dazzles, I just felt like I was about to run out. Anyways, love the donut. Absolutely obsessed with the donut. I like that there's an AB in there. Very, very cute. I'm obsessed with sweets, so I'm probably biased, but I just really like this set a lot. So the donut was definitely like Probably my favorite. I don't know. I just really love it. We have this cake. So cute. I love the sprinkles. I'm obsessed with diamond painting food. So love, love, love this one. Oh my God. Okay, so I've seen a lot of different kits that have lollipops, and I feel like this one, to me, is the best one because I really like how they did the swirl in there. So cute. And the bow. Stop. So cute. This one is so cool. I really like this chocolate bar rendering, and I really like the font on here. So cute. I love it. And I like the little pieces up here. Cupcake, adorable. Not my favorite way to draw icing. I like when icing looks more like how the icing did in the macaron on the Galaxy Suite one, where it's kind of more like ribbed, I guess. I don't know how to describe it. In like a star tip. This was not a star tip. This was just like a circle tip, if you know what I mean. But it's still cute. It just isn't giving cupcake as much as a star tip would, if that makes any sense. Then we have the ice cream. This one was probably my least favorite. Not a huge fan of the way they did the cone. But it's cute. I like it. So, yes, I will say that mini dazzles are honestly not my favorite mini brand. I think that Pretty Little Gem is better, honestly, a little bit. For me, personally, I just really like the drill filled better, and I like that they don't skimp on drills. I haven't tried a lot of other companies. I have some from Dreamer Designs that I'm going to try. But yeah, I wish I liked mini dazzles more, but honestly, not my favorite. The last mini set that I did was this mini gem from Forever Young DIY. This was my 14th finish. I started it on March 20th and finished it 6 days later on March 26th. I wrote very cute, a little loose, and one color was labeled wrong, and I had an 8 out of 10 enjoyment. Yeah, when I was kitting this one up, there was like one that was labeled like number 1, and then I like kept looking on this thing, and I was like, am I blind? Because I do not see a number 1. But it was a red color, and I hadn't found a drill, so I left it last, and then it was one of the reds. But yeah, I love this one. It's so cute. I will say that Forever Young does have a slightly looser drill field, but I would probably rather it be a little loose than too tight. Oh my gosh, there was a girl on here. I don't remember her channel, but she said that one time she was working on a kit and the drills were so tight that a drill popped and stuck to her eyeball. And that is the most terrifying, disgusting thing I've ever heard. And now I'm like so scared of popping drills popping into my eyeball. I wear glasses, so hopefully I'll be protected, but y'all be safe out there because this high is dangerous. But anyways, I would rather it be a little loose than too tight. I will say that there is a lot of like extra glue on this for a mini. There's like a good 1/4 inch of glue around the edges on this one. But anyways, super cute. I love Forever Young DIY's minis. I have one other set that I haven't started yet, but I've done their Coca-Cola house, which was so cute. I just really like their little cottages that they have. They have like a bunch of fruits and vegetables that are little houses. But this one is so cute. It has like the little watermelon down here, and then I think this is supposed to be like a little cupcake or something. And then like this with the cream and the straw. Oh my gosh, it's so cute. Definitely a little gappy, I think, because it's again a little loose, but I'm not super bothered by gapping, to be completely honest with you. The only time I've really gotten really upset about a drill field was the kit I got from Awesome Pattern Studio, because that one was just really, really bad. This drill field wasn't bad enough to make me lose my mind, so we're good. But I love it so much. Very cute. Okay, those are all of my finishes that are like official finishes. I have one more finish, but it is a cross-stitch conversion, and I'm very excited about it. I did this Mickey waffle cross-stitch conversion, and I love it so much. I think it's so Cute. I'm in the process of making a cross-stitch conversion video, kind of showing how I like go through and do it. I love Mickey waffles and I love Tokyo Disneyland and Disney Sea. And the last time we went to Japan, I was like, I have to get a Mickey waffle. The problem with getting a Mickey waffle in Japan is that you kind of have to like rope drop the Mickey waffle. So we rope dropped the Mickey waffle. I ran straight to get it because they like run out in the morning, or it's a very hot commodity. So I was like, I have to have a Mickey waffle. So I finally got a Mickey waffle. It was amazing. This red is the plates that they actually use at Tokyo Disney. So I wanted it to look like realistic. I think this is so cute and I want to do more like this. Okay, so what I did was I found the cross stitch pattern on Etsy, and I don't remember who did it, but I will link this down below in the description. But I took their pattern, I resized it to be the size of the drills. I added a drop shadow, so it looks like it's sitting on the plate. Found a picture of the plate, I photoshopped it behind it. I painted a canvas, so this is just on like a regular round canvas. I started by gluing this onto the canvas and then doing the drills. But I don't recommend doing that if you're doing it on a canvas because it can kind of like poke. There's not like enough like strength, I feel like. So the canvas was getting kind of weird. Anyway, I ripped off this part and I diamond painted it and then I glued it on after. So that's my little tip. But I bought the drills based off of the cross stitch pattern. And then once I was done with that, then I put some little fake cream on here. I actually am really obsessed with doing fake cake paintings. I have quite a few cake paintings hanging in my room. I'm just obsessed with like fake cream. So I just put some fake cream on here and then I have some little Mickey shaped sprinkles. Look how cute. I just think it's adorable. So I'm really excited to make more like this. I really like small cross-stitch conversions because I like to do them as kind of like a fun little in-between from my bigger kits. I am literally obsessed. I love it so much. I also sealed the waffle just because I don't want to risk anything coming off, but I love him so much. So that is another finish. I don't know whether to count it in my total finishes, but that's what it is. Okay, now we're going to get into my whips. I have 3 whips, one of which is another cross-stitch conversion. My big whip right now is Chroma by Margaret Morales. I have about half of it done, and there's a lot to talk about with this one. I am, like I said, I'm pretty new to diamond painting. I've only been diamond painting since December. And a lot of the kits that I really like on Diamond Art Club are sold out. And I recently discovered D-Stash groups on Facebook. And the first one I got was Aquamarine Fairy, which I made a video unboxing. And I got kind of addicted. And I didn't really stop to think, hey, maybe these will restock soon. So maybe I shouldn't go so hard. But you live and you learn. And I didn't know that at the time. Now I do. That's why we make mistakes, to learn, right? So I saw Chroma on a Facebook group and I got it. It was an older kit. Couldn't tell you how old because I don't know all the like levels of changes in Diamond Art Club, but it was in one of the older boxes. I was a little too excited when I saw it on the group, so I didn't really pay attention to how it was going to come. And it literally was just in the box with the drills and the stickers and nothing else. And if I could go back, I would have not gotten it because literally the same week that I got this, that weekend it restocked and it would have been a brand new version of it that wasn't as old. So I was really bummed and I was going to buy it again. I had opportunity to buy it again new and I could have just sold the one that I got on D-Stash. I thought about it, but I was really, really excited to start the painting like that day. And I wasn't sure how long it would take for me to get Chroma. And I basically said to myself, you made your bed, now you're going to lie in it. We're just going to do the kit as we have it. So that's what I did. I started doing the kit that day that it restocked. And I don't know how much that has to do with how I feel about this painting. I think I was like a little upset at myself and at the painting, but and maybe that's all in my head, but I haven't really been having the best time doing this. This is my first Margaret Morales, and while I think this artwork is absolutely gorgeous, I don't know if it's my style and my aesthetic. It's very, very watercolory, which I do love, but I love a graphic hard line more. So this has a lot more kind of confetti areas than I was kind of expecting. And I think confetti is fine when I'm doing like a kit with like a lot of objects in it. But because a lot of this is kind of abstract floral, it's a little rough on me because this area in particular was so much red and pink. And when I was done with it, I was like, it's a flower. In my head, I was like, I did all of that for a flower. And this is all just like my personal preference. And like, I'm learning what I like to diamond paint. We all like to diamond paint different things. And I think for me, I'm realizing, and I'm glad that I'm doing this kit. All of this is, I'm loving the experience of this because it is a learning experience. And I have learned that maybe I don't really super love big flowers that are all one color. I wish that it was like smaller and like more varied, because this whole bottom of the painting was just a ton of like red, and I was really ready to get out of the red. By the time I got to this blue section, I was like, thank God there's blue. I was like so happy that there's blue. And then of course there's gonna be a bunch of blue here, and then it goes back into the red again, and I'm like dreading doing this like red area again. So I think that this just wasn't like my most favorite rendering ever in the entire world, but I genuinely think that this kit is beautiful. Like, I don't have any bad things to say about how gorgeous it is. Like, it's gonna be a gorgeous kit when it's done, but I just find myself not really wanting to work on it as much as I was hoping, because I wanted to be really excited about it, but I'm just kind of not. So yeah, I did buy some special drills for the crown. I really wanted to bling out the crown because I feel like there was not a lot of specials in this kit. There is a absolutely gorgeous like electro diamond in this kit. This gold right here is so pretty, but it's not nearly in this painting enough. Like, what the heck? Like, this is the gold. In the crown, the electro is the up arrow, and it's only in this one little section here, like in a circle. And I'm like, why? Why is the crown not more sparkly? So I got a bunch more metallics, and then I'm gonna do like a crystal drill for the red rubies in the crown and for like the tops of the crowns, because a crown needs to be sparkly, you know? Anyways, I do think that this artwork is very beautiful, but this one was maybe not the best one to start on. I don't know. I also haven't done squares in a little bit, and getting back into squares was a little hard after rounds, so maybe it's partially that. And I think that it was also just the fact that I could have had this brand new and I was mad. I think all of that kind of combined is making me have a bad experience. Also, the drill field's a little tight, and I guess I'm realizing that every Diamond Art Club that I've done, the drill field feels a little tight to me. And maybe I'm weird because I feel like everyone talks about how great Diamond Art Club is, but I just feel like it's a little tight, and maybe that's just me. Let me know. I'm really liking how it's coming out so far. It's just that this part kind of took me out, like all this red for a giant flower. So this one is my second whip. I actually started this whip as a break from Chroma, which is really sad. I just really thought I was going to like Chroma, but anyways. This one is called Aurora the Unicorn. It's a 13 by 13. I got it on Amazon from Diamond Art Club, and it is a round. I forgot to give any details on Chroma, but Chroma is 18.5 by 28, a square, and I started it on March 23rd. This one, though, I started on March 27th. So I started crumb on the 23rd, and then 4 days later I was like, dear God, I need something round. Which is really funny. Also this kit's really small, so I was like, this will be a nice little like snack size kit to kind of give me a break. I just realized that I'm missing some drills down in the area that I thought I had finished. But anyways, I really, really like this kit a lot. I think it's super fun. I just really like rounds. I'm hoping that I'm not going to turn into a rounds only type of person, but I just really have been enjoying this one as a round. Super, super cute. I love the colors. I love the colors. I just love a blue and a teal moment. And I also really like the pink. But especially like this teal part is so pretty. I love the specials. Honestly, we could have had more specials on this one. I feel like this one needed a little bit more sparkle, if I'm honest. But it's very, very, very pretty. And I could have added the sparkle, but my brain wasn't prepared to do all of that and wait and all of that. So yeah, I'm about halfway done with it. I just really think this one's super cute. And I really like the background with the like galaxy. Like this part's really pretty, like with the galaxy. And this part too. I really like how they rendered it. Very, very cute. Who is this by? I don't remember. This is by Dragons and Beasties, and this is my first Dragons and Beasties from them. Also, I really like the tape that I chose for this one. Very stars. But anyways, I really, really like this one a lot, so I'm excited to finish it. Okay, I have one more whip to show you, and this one is a cross-stitch conversion. This is Gus. Oh my God, I love him so much. So there is a cross-stitch creator on Etsy. She's also on Instagram. It's Albasan Shop, I think, or Albasan Studio. I don't remember. I'm so sorry. I will link her down below in the description. But oh my God, when I saw this little worm, this little bookworm reading, I was like, oh my God, stop. He is so cute. I love him. I am obsessed with him. His little glasses, I cannot. So, and his little bow tie. Are we joking? Okay, so I was looking for cross-stitch conversions. Well, actually, back up. I'm going to make a whole video about this, but I'll just tell you about it now. I was at Michael's, and Michael's had a blank canvas that was 8 by 10. And I was like, this would be perfect for cross-stitch conversions. Let me get that. So then I was like, well, what artwork am I going to do? I want it to be like a full 8 by 10 cross-stitch conversion. So I found this cross-stitch pattern of Gus. And the original pattern was just him in the chair and then the lamp. And that was all. And I was like, but I want there to be a background because I don't want to just fill the background with a color. So I reached out to the artist. I bought the cross-stitch pattern, and then I reached out to the artist and I said, hey, do you take commissions? Like, could you add a background for me? And she was really sweet, but she was like, hey, I don't have time to do commissions right now because I'm working on new things for the shop. But she basically said good luck because I told her what I was doing. And I was like, I want to make a cross-stitch conversion and I need it to have a background. So she said no. So I took it upon myself to create a background for the cross-stitch pattern. I started trying to like Photoshop it myself and I was really struggling. So I actually threw it into Google Gemini and I said, can you make a background? Because I knew I wanted to have like a bookshelf and a rug. And I was like, I want a little picture of an apple on the wall. When I tell you that Google Gemini spat that thing out and I was like, holy crap, that is exactly what I wanted. So I apologize if you're really deeply against AI, but it worked really well. It made this bookshelf and I think it made the rug and I adjusted it slightly. And then I decided to make the wall striped, but it made this little apple and I think it's so cute. So I had everything ready to go. So I get out the kit from Michael's and lo and behold, Michael's lied and their blank canvas is garbage and it's not the correct size at all. It's supposed to be 1 inch per square is what it's supposed to be, and theirs was not. I don't remember exactly what was wrong. I'll go into more detail in the video I'm going to make. But basically, the measurements were all wrong, and it was like a whole drill off. Like, it was a whole drill off, and I was so sad. So I was like, I'm just going to make it myself then. Like, screw that. I'm just going to make this on my own because it's so cute. So first I printed it on regular paper, which is what I did for the waffle. I printed it on regular paper. I used Diamond Dots adhesive. I just brushed it directly on the paper. But I had really big issues with this size for some reason, and it was tearing. So I was like, you know what? I have printable fabric. If you're coming to my channel for diamond painting and you didn't know, I've been doing YouTube for 14, 15 years now. And I used to do a lot of mini dollhouses, and I used a lot of printable fabric. And printable fabric is the best invention ever for crafters. But anyways, I had some left over. So I was like, why don't I print this on fabric? Because that's what they literally do with regular diamond paintings, is they print it on fabric. So I printed the image on fabric. So this is actually fabric that this is printed on. There's a paper backing on the back, which I left because I'm not going to rip it off because then it will make it too flimsy. But this is literally fabric that this is printed on. And then I put the adhesive on, no issues whatsoever with tearing. So that was beautiful. The issue that I am having is that it is really, really, really hard to get a drill filled right. And I have a lot of empathy now for companies because such a huge margin for error. I thought that I had measured it like exactly correctly in Photoshop. And when I printed it, like the drill field is very, very loose on this. But when I tell you I tried to fix it like 4 or 5 times and I was like, I give up. Like making a drill filled perfect is really hard, especially when it's a cross stitch, because cross stitch patterns have this like dark line that I'm not sure if that's messing up the drill field or not. I don't know. I'm still learning about cross stitch conversions and how to properly resize them. This is not going to turn out as well as I was hoping. I literally considered giving up a few times because it's just so gappy, but I've already gone too far, so I'm just going to finish it. And honestly, really, really far away, it's not that big a deal, but I mean, it looks pretty awful. But you know what? It's fine. I am going to keep doing it because he is precious and I love him. It's definitely a work in progress in terms of me learning how to do cross stitch conversions. Well, I actually went on Amazon and found that they have printable canvas. So I might try that next. Do not buy the blank canvases at Michael's, whatever you do, because it is definitely not correct. But I will be making a video about cross stitch conversions and what I've been learning and about this process and what I'm going to try to do in future. So stay tuned for that if you're interested. But that is it for my month. It's been a busy month. I had a lot of fun doing mini DP Madness. I'm excited for future events. I'm a little bit scared because I started playing Pocopia and I feel like now all my time is going to be spent playing video games instead of diamond painting. So we'll see how next month's month in review goes. I probably won't have as many things that I finished, but we will see. Anyways, if you've made it this far, thank you so much for watching, and I will put all the links down below in the description. I will talk to you later. Bye.